All right. Michael,
Hello, Patrick.
welcome to the Patrick McGibney Podcast. I'm sitting here with Michael, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for the invitation. It's nice being here, and I hope it's fun as well.
I'm pretty sure it will be fun. Most of the time, we have a good time here. So, most of you guys know Michael since he's the co-founder and ex-CEO of FOODY, well known in Cyprus, I would say, which has been acquired by Delivery Hero in 2021,
2019,
2019. Man, should have done my homework.
It's okay. It's quite a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time. We're gonna get to that, obviously, in more detail. Now, Michael is on a new path with his new startup, Exite.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about that way more in detail. But basically, the mission is to embark on unique experiences across Cyprus, captivating landscapes, as I would say. Yeah? Perfect. So, welcome, Michael, again. Welcome to all listeners. And let's get the show started. So, Michael, first of all, again, thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you here. Funnily enough, we are just sipping some coffees, which were, of course, delivered by FOODY / Delivery Hero. That's the opening gag I always like to use here. So how have you been after the exit in 2019? How has life been ever since? What has changed?
Uh, that's a good question. I mean, it's not that many things changed a lot. So the company was acquired in 2019. I stayed in the company for more years after that. So before I completely stepped down from my role. So we've been through. It's not like things changed because of the acquisition. Things changed a lot because a lot of things in the world has changed. It was a coincidence. It was the timing that when FOODY was acquired, basically the pandemics happened quite sort of immediately, and then we also needed to change our model a bit by initiating our own fleet on the roads. So all of a sudden we were a clean business, let's say so, a marketplace, and we were doing like e-commerce stuff, let's put it like that. And then all of a sudden we were in the roads, which is very, very operational job to do. So it was quite interesting. Then our own fleet, pandemics happened. Then we launched supermarket and groceries on FOODYs. Then we built our own supermarket and groceries on FOODY. So it was like an amazing ride and journey without any kind of time to think what is happening in between. Until in around a year ago, I stepped down from my role. I took some good rest. I traveled the road. I started reflecting with myself and things in life, what I like, what I don't like, what I value and what I don't value. And then it's like something that came out from myself. I started building on the next venture, which is Exite, which is again a marketplace. And this is what we're working on launching right now with my team, Vakis and the rest of the team. So it was quite a journey.
Definitely. Well, that sounds super interesting. There's a lot of topics that I would like to pick on. But like what I definitely can share, and what you said is needing the time to reflect, right? After such a long journey, I've been there myself with my previous company. You need a little bit time to step away. What did you like? What you didn't like? What you would do better? Like also just take time, because I also feel like sometimes you just need 2-3 months, maybe more, to really understand what drives you, right? Maybe that was a similar feeling.
So I have our whole entrepreneurial journey as a team. I mean, we started in 2012 with ideas to life team and at your service project. Then we initiated Foodie in Cyprus. That was all with Argyris Argyrou and George Hadjivarnava, my former partners. I would call it like a very deliberate journey. We're very focused on what we were doing. We were doing nothing else apart from our business and our families and things like that. So, but this all comes at a cost, at least for me. At the end of my journey, I keep thinking that I was not mindful about what is happening around me. I remember that the first thing I wanted to do after all these business things is I just wanted to go outside and listen to the birds, and watch the trees. And this is an insightful moment to realize that you reached a moment that you need to observe the world around you, your family, other things. First of all, yourself. Okay, I mean, you need to spend some time to listen to yourself, enjoy life in the simple things and moments until you recharge. And okay, I mean, some people maybe they just want to stay in that mode and enjoy life, and this is something I admire a lot. Some other people want to pursue other things. This is like a flow and constantly changing. But I like that moment. I mean, I took some good time to reflect. It was not easy at all. It was very difficult, very, very difficult. It's super difficult to run on specific speeds, and have a pace and flow, and work at a specific way. I mean, managing so many people, working with so many people within and outside the organization, and all of a sudden, you can be alone at a beach or in the mountains, and
it's a little bit disturbing.
It's difficult. It's difficult. And then definitely, I mean, you have all kind of things to consider. What am I doing in life? How am I going to move forward? Am I valuable or I'm not valuable? I mean, how am I going to make money or preserve money? I mean, these may sound like simple stuff and things, but when you're alone with yourself, they are there. And you have to deal with them. But at the end of the day, and I would like to say that this was quite a journey as well. It was very valuable, very insightful. I'm still on that journey, and probably I'm kind of starting realizing that it is not going to go over. I mean, it is just something that is going to be there for you, like a constant reflection on life, on businesses, things like that. So we need to remind ourselves, I would say, that we need time for us.
I would 100% agree to what you just said, because you're always in this, as you said, in this operational mode, like maybe for 10 years, and you're kind of used to manage people, get clients, serve clients, do this, do that, bring out new services, products, and you forget a little bit your surroundings around yourself. Maybe like you're with your family, but sometimes you're not with your family. I also know this feeling. You don't like observe birds or trees. Like I these days, I also found myself being in a very similar mode again, because I was thinking sometimes I don't even realize that there's the sea, the ocean around me. It's like, oh, damn it, I'm in Cyprus. It's so cool. I need to enjoy it, right? And that's exactly how I felt on my previous journey as well. And I find myself getting back into that mode, which I actually do not want to do at certain times, right? Because it took a lot of time, what you said, to distance yourself, like to reflect, to take time. And that was very difficult as well. I completely agree. And you're soaked back into this mode very quickly because you're used to it.
And there's another aspect as well. I mean, and I realized it quite quite not that early on this journey. I mean, in technology business, in startups, high tech, consumer brands, but you're always, well, hopefully, used to growth. And we need to realize that this is addictive.
Yeah.
The first thing I had to deal with after ending this journey was like how I deal with my dopamine levels.
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Because you keep on working, and you see numbers and sales, and revenue coming in, and new people coming in. You're excited by that, new technologies. You're working constantly, getting the rewards of your work that is boosting your dopamine levels. And this is very addictive.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need to realize that when you're out of such a journey, you don't have that kind of rewards in your life.
True.
And probably the first thing that is happening is you're trying to understand what the hell is happening right now. Why I'm not happy? How can I be happy? I mean, where am I gonna get these rewards from?
Super true.
So it's like a train.
Yeah.
It's not crashing, but all of a sudden it's like it stops instantly and you keep running.
Yeah, it's true.
So it takes some time to regulate your dopamine levels and understand that. And this is quite a process, I would say.
Yeah, it's so true. I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah, I would sign it. As I said, you feel a little bit like in a void, right? After such a long journey, because as you say, you're by yourself. You used to be with hundreds of people sometime, and then suddenly it's over. You don't talk to anyone. You have your family, but then you're, sitting there, maybe walking around. The train has stopped. It's a good metaphor.
And you said a specific word right now, Patrick, that you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like the world is stopping or pausing for you.
Yeah.
This is not the same for all the rest around you. My wife obviously is still working. My children are going to same school. I mean, my relatives are still following their routine.
Yeah.
So it is you that you are stopping.
Yeah, true. Super true.
It's a very nice experience. I mean,
yeah,
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
What do you like more, like being on the train or stopping the train?
I feel you need both in your life. I mean, I enjoyed every minute of that journey with Ideas to Life at your service and Foodie and Delivery Hero experience. It was an amazing journey, and I enjoyed every minute of it until it ends. I mean, it makes all sense, and you need to do a pause, understand all such things, understand what good things and bad things happened to that journey, and accept it as it is, and then move on to whatever makes sense for everyone else. That can be more time with the family for some people. That can mean more time in the mountains and the sea for some people. That can mean a new business. That can mean a new job, right? Yeah. I mean, I always thought I would like to do 2 jobs.
Yeah.
When I quit from my past journey.
Yeah.
The first was working as a cashier at the supermarket.
Have you tried it?
No, but probably I need to.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
love it.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love, for a reason I don't understand, I would love to be working as a cashier at the supermarket, because I have the sense that it is a job that it gives you a flow.
Yeah.
You're doing something and you're doing it with not having the understanding of time possibly.
Yeah.
And then that's a job you leave behind when you go home.
Yeah.
This is a very important aspect for people to realize. There are jobs out there that you keep with you
all the time.
And there are jobs that you leave behind after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So that was one job. And the second one was I would like to go and work as an employee at a water sports business.
Oh, that's cool. I would do that. Yeah, I would do that.
I imagined myself at a dock,
Yeah.
docking and undocking,
Yeah.
jet skis and small boats
Yeah.
with a t-shirt that
Yeah.
it is always sweaty and like super
Cool.
full tanning.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do one of those jobs, but by building my second my next business right now, Exite, I'm very, very close at least to those people at the water sports businesses.
You
Yeah.
just do it for a trip and then.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very close to them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's nice.
But it's super
I
interesting.
got close.
Yeah, I mean you're close to the water sports. I wouldn't mind that, but I think what's super interesting again is why you have that urge to do that, because I feel the same. Like I said, my dream, I would put it like this, is like have a coffee place. Run a coffee place. Nothing fancy. I always thought this must be super relaxing. Not many customers, do some coffee. I know, also close shop at 5, leave it behind. And I think the main point, doesn't matter what it is leaving the job behind, because we are used again for 10, maybe even 20 years or whatever to always be online with our brain, right? Doesn't matter what time it is. You're thinking about the next steps. You have problems, challenges, dopamine hitting you. It's a 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it has a toll on you. And I think a lot of people who are not in that place don't really understand, like, yes, you have a lot of upsides. Running your business, if it's a good business, you have a lot of upside, but it has a toll on you. And sometimes I share that feeling. It's like super cool to go home after the work, leave everything behind, and it's just like, I don't care. It's not mine. So that.
Are you gonna open the coffee shop?
I should.
Let's do it together.
Let's do it together. It would be fun, wouldn't it?
By opening a coffee shop, you have the opportunity to create impact as well,
Yeah?
Definitely. I mean, it's not like you're only serving coffee to the people. I mean, if you're gonna do it, like you're saying, I mean, a coffee shop is a place for people to meet as well.
True.
And when people meet, they can exchange ideas.
True.
They can collaborate.
Yeah.
And I have the feeling that they can flirt. I mean,
Yeah.
Cyprus is a place that people cannot flirt and they cannot meet with each other, especially younger people. Think about it.
Yeah.
So, I was also considering about a coffee shop, but I haven't found a good partner so far.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Yeah, why not? Why not?
We can do 2 things. First, we're gonna both go to water sport and work there for a day.
Oh,
Yeah, because I know Mike Water Sports here at Mackenzie. I know the guy, so we can probably work there for a day and see how it goes.
fantastic.
And then we're gonna look for a coffee shop.
That sounds good.
Sounds like a good
sounds
idea.
good.
Yeah, then get some new perspectives. Yeah, that's a fun thing. But yeah, again, coming back, it's like the last 2 weeks, I had family and friends here visiting from Germany, and they are normal employees, good jobs in Germany, Volkswagen mostly, but you could see like they had vacation. It's vacation. There's no disturbance, no emails, no messages, right? And it opens your eyes sometimes. If I also took mostly vacation when they were there, but of course, if some clients were reaching out on WhatsApp or what's, of course I answer, right? But you're always available. Doesn't matter how, right? Doesn't matter where you are. And that's a significant difference, because you could really see they took their vacation. Yes, it's limited, but it's definitely enough. And they're enjoying it to the fullest. And they leave, as you said, they leave the job behind. And it's a really cool thing. Like everybody's saying entrepreneurship, so cool, so hyped. Yeah, but consider also the other facts, right?
It's a very, very interesting topic. I mean, especially with the job you're doing, you're working on, you're committed at, the vacation thing. I'm not sure I like the concept of vacation. I mean, it's like contradicting to me in the sense that you need to have a specific time on the calendar that you're going to enjoy life or something like that. I mean, I prefer to be on a constant, not vacation, let's say, but at a mode where I'm enjoying things. Definitely you need traveling, and you need to do something different, or just stay at home. Do you know how difficult it is to just stay at home?
I know. Yeah, it's difficult, right?
It's super difficult.
But it's nice. The thought of being home and just relax is nice.
I can challenge most people that they can't stay at their home. Just stay at their home. I mean, alone.
Yeah. It's difficult. You learn about yourself the most. Be home for a week alone.
Yeah.
It's scary. Most people would say like, right? I don't know.
I'm super cool with that, but I mean, it needs a lot of work and understanding, and you need to be not that serious with yourself as well, right? I mean,
it's true. Do you do like meditation or something like that to have found yourself, like a lot of people do, something like that?
I would love to. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I didn't know what meditation is for I mean, the last years, let's say so, of my life. But right now, I think that probably this is something that they should have been teaching us at school.
Yeah, it has a good effect.
Meditation, breathing techniques,
mindfulness.
Exactly. Should be taught at school.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Would be good. Yeah.
I'm not good at meditating. I mean, in the sense that I'm applying specific techniques, but at the same time, I feel that this is something that I'm doing anyway in very, very different forms. Let's say that when I'm driving, it's meditation for me.
Do you also not turn on anything in the car? Like no radio, no nothing?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
There are times that I prefer to not switch the radio on and just be there with my thoughts. Yeah. It's one of the most productive experience for me. It's meditation. Yeah. Definitely, I tried a lot of times to do things like that. Close my eyes and try to not think of anything, being mindfulness and or just observe my thoughts. It's not that it is easy. I tried. When you're writing a journal, is a form of meditation. Yeah. What I love, we were doing it, something that we used to be working with my former partners at EXYDE and George and the rest of the team at Ideas to Life, at Socialization and FOODY. We were very, very thoughtful, and we were going very, very deep on what we were working on. So maybe we could have a challenge in front of us. We could spend like 2 hours just writing about the specific matter, alternative scenarios, what it means for us, what it means for the people around us, the business, finding possible solutions. This is a form of meditation.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're on business and you're thoughtful about the things that you're dealing with, and you go deep and deep and deep, it's like you're meditating, right?
Yeah.
Not to be misunderstood with the audience here. I mean, it needs judgment when you need to. We shouldn't be overthinking.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the stuff we're dealing with, and probably what I would advise is just keep doing, trying things. But there is these 10 or 20% of the things we're doing that you need, instead of 2 minutes, you need to spend like 2 hours or 2 days, sleep on it before acting on something.
The slow questions, the slow topics. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you do retreats with your partners? Because like I remember with my former business partner, we had the best I think the best sessions, literally, when we rented like a cabin in the woods, no internet. We just were sitting there 2-3 days, and we made the plan for the next year, or like, you know, what did we do good, and it worked. Like, and we were so productive with a sheet of paper, a pencil, and we were just drawing, and because you were disconnected, and it took a time, probably a day to shut down like a computer. But once you hit that spot, it's you think differently. Yeah.
So there were two different things. First one, we were writing a lot. Mostly my former partner Argyris, he could take time to work on an internal blog post, let's say a long memo that he was going to share his thoughts with the rest of the team. That was not only going to be a strategic matter or a business matter, but could be a cultural matter for our team. So he was taking that kind of time to write this thing and share it with the rest of the team. That is also a very good asynchronous way to share things with the rest of the team. And apart from this, what we were doing until 2018 or 2019 or so, I mean, we were taking one day to go to the beach.
Oh, nice.
The full team. Yeah. We were ordering pizzas and sweets, and we were having a lot of drinks with us. Yeah. And it was, we were talking about politics and life and maybe business, but maybe not business. We were just having fun. Yeah. We were playing football and volleyball and things like that. The simple stuff. And then something that we were doing quite well and I miss a lot, we were doing like a happy day every week.
Oh, yeah.
I remember we were having every Wednesday afternoon. We were just closing everything we were doing around 4 or 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. We were grabbing a beer, going outside in the yard or in the veranda, and we were just having unstructured time with each other to brainstorm, have fun. Sometimes we were doing spontaneously barbecue, things like that. And it was also time that friends, family, partners, people from the ecosystem were coming in and they were blending with us and we were exchanging ideas. It was a place that we were exchanging thoughts and ideas inside and outside. It was good. Yeah,
that's super important. Again, a different perspective on things, different people to talk to. Did you do like summer events or like Christmas parties with the company where like the partners and everybody were invited or something like that?
No, never.
So you had these weekly happy days and they were joining unstructured. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's super important. That's super important. And I think the main word here is unstructured time, right? Because once you start planning, it's structured again. It's a structured retreat or whatever. So sometimes spontaneous, talking to people, maybe business, maybe not business, maybe doing something just completely random and stupid. That helps to shift your mind of things. Yeah, you forget about time. And I think that's sometimes super important. It's a good feeling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, we were doing this for 4, 5, 6 hours. Man, it's 10, 11, let's go to bed, right?
I remember there were times that it was like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning after a happy hour. I mean, there were times that I remember in the office, completely unstructured. I remember like 30 or 40 people just dancing 2 a.m. in the morning. And I got my car and got some people to their homes after that because they were so drunk. But these are the good moments.
Yeah.
And we usually talk about building a business, running operations, defining an organizational chart, optimizing it. But imagine like a team that is working at a call center, customer support. where difficult situations are coming minute by minute. Imagine those two colleagues to work together and not having at least one beer together, or at least exchange some thoughts at a happier time. So these are the moments that are gluing a team in the very genuine and honest and authentic way.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Like back in my previous business, well, we just had it with my current business. The team was invited to Cyprus, and we just had a couple of days like workation. We were working a bit and doing some fun stuff, right? And you get to know the people. It's super important. And back in my previous business, we had summer events and Christmas events, and at some point it was pretty big, obviously, because the staff was growing. But I remember the last big party we did, it was a summer party, late summer party in October. We were in Ayanapa. We rented the Nelia Beach Hotel plus Khalifa on the beach, just this beach restaurant. We were like, I think roughly 100 people, maybe a bit more. And that was and we had these over years. And I remember starting with 5-10 people and grew up to 100. And that's when you get to know the spouses, the children, the people behind the business, right? Because again, during the week, as you say, you're in operative mode. You don't have time. You're blending that out. But then you talk to the people. Maybe you make friendships, right? You go on a deeper level. You understand what drives people. Maybe they have some, challenges that you didn't know of. Super, super important stuff.
It was quite an experience for me to realize that we were a very, very small team, but then we grew up so much. Yeah. Right now I'm seeing people that they're couples together, that they're getting married, one with each other, and it's amazing. I mean, it's mind blowing. Yeah. These all happened from nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
it's
cool.
Well, it happened because you brought the people together.
Work is most probably the biggest part of our life. Yeah. And for the last decade and more, we were privileged to having built a company and a culture that it was a good life for the people that were working with us. At least this is how I perceive it.
Yeah, I perceive it the same way. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's different examples, but yeah, you always, again, put it to the right perspective, right? You're working on things that makes the everyday life easier, like foodie, or, you're working on IT systems, like I always said, any kind of problems that we have, distance yourself. None of them are problems because there are jobs where you really have problems. You work very hard, labor work. There's so many different examples out there. Like, I always like to really take a different perspective on those things and see if you face a problem, a challenge, or there's no way out, how to solve it. Sometimes just move away or just leave it there. Sit like from the top corner. I like to vision myself and like, okay, this is not a problem. This is a joke, right? And I think the same goes for the people around. Like, we are in a privileged situation for sure that we can. These days we can work like everybody in those kind of businesses we built or others built. They can work from anywhere they want, right? They have a mission. They work for something. They share the vision, the mission and vision that you share, and it's just like unmeaningful work. You work for something, and I think it can be different. It can be totally different. You can just work on a assembly line and then do your stuff. Then you provide maybe your part to a bigger company. But yeah, it's nice to have that feeling with the team. Super important part of the whole business.
What you're saying is very important. And I would say it's good to realize that things have changed a lot the last year. When did you come in Cyprus, Patrick? 2021.
Yeah.
So it was exactly the middle of the pandemics.
Yeah.
So I think the pandemics obviously played a very big role on what we're discussing. Things changed a lot. I'm still trying to understand what is happening around me right now. Things are very different.
Yeah.
Work probably is one of the most important aspects of socialization for people. Okay, and when pandemics happened, this all of a sudden stopped.
Yeah, it was taken away. Yeah.
So before pandemics, you could go to the office and make friends.
Yeah.
Have a sense of fulfillment. Wake up, pick a coffee from the local coffee shop, then go to the office, meet external partners, things like that. And all of a sudden, you're staying home. Maybe all of a sudden you're staying at another country or another town.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how are you going to socialize? And I've seen that there are a lot of people, maybe the younger generation, is not socializing right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
They keep their friends from school. They're socializing in gyms,
Yeah.
yoga sessions, things like that. Everything that you can imagine. I'm not saying it is a problem. I'm not saying it is a good or bad thing, but it is a new reality that we need to realize and adapt on it. And yeah, we keep discussing both about big organizations like Foodie in your previous business. That being said, 200 plus people to imagine so, and different cities, maybe different operational departments and things like that, collaborations with other countries and all this kind of stuff. But what is happening with smaller businesses? Maybe freelancers,
Yeah.
maybe businesses that run with 3 or 4 people. How are those teams going to glue together and connect with each other? Maybe connect with the rest of the world. And my advice definitely would be, especially on the technology aspect, technology consultants, integrators, things like that, I would say go out there and meet with each other.
Yeah.
Do your happy hours with
Yeah.
each other. Meet at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 different companies, meet together, have those drinks
Good
together,
idea. Yeah.
exchange your challenges and your ideas and your achievements together. It's not like you're going to unionize,
Yeah.
but it is going to help you wake up the next day and move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Socializing is important. Yeah. It's been taken away. I agree. I think what you said, the younger generation has like, I don't know if it's a problem, but I also observe it because imagine you are studying in the pandemic. You're not going to university. So how big of a part of my life was being in the university? It's where I would say I became an adult. That's taken away. You're doing it online, I mean. So you don't have this socializing. You don't even know how to live on your own. Like, and then out of the sudden, you maybe start a job. So you haven't even learned maybe that part of socializing. And I agree. I see that with younger people. It's sometimes a challenge. Like they're good at what they are doing, like hard skill, from a hard skill perspective. Sometimes the soft skills, especially if those 2-3 years are taken away, and that development at that age, that's lacking, right? And you need to reteach that sometimes. So.
I'm not sure if we need to reteach that. First of all, we need to accept it and adapt on it. I mean, the younger generation, the students that have not met with each other and followed some online courses during the pandemics, they don't know how to speak to other people.
Yeah.
But they are very good communicators on Discord.
Yeah, true.
For example. Okay, so it is just a reality.
True.
It's just a new reality.
True.
For me, as a business person, it's mostly like a talent. How can penetrate such a channel? How I can use it for my benefit to expand my business, do marketing through Discord, for example, and be close to that kind of new reality.
Yeah. True. Adapt is a good word. Adapt to the new reality. But these days, there's this trend right now. It was completely home office. Now the trend goes a little bit back to being hybrid. I like the concept of hybrid, like having like bigger corporations. Also see that at some smaller organizations, they have like a day where they meet in the office and there's no online meetings, which, because ironically enough, if they go to the office and they sit in Zoom or Teams meetings, there's no sense behind that. So now what I see, and also some clients are doing that with their teams, is having the Friday or the Thursday as an office day, but no digital meetings, all offline together. And I think that's an interesting concept.
Very, very good concept. It depends on what is fitting best for the specific needs and purposes of a business. Do you realize how much more efficient the online meetings are
Of course, yeah.
versus the physical meetings?
Of
I mean,
course.
what has happened there?
Yeah.
I cannot do a proper meeting physical, because if I'm in front of my 3 screens,
Yeah.
I have my notes, I have my task management system.
It's super productive.
Yeah, I have a screen to share and show things. But yeah, so it depends.
Yeah.
As we speak, for the matter that we're discussing, I have no clue and absolutely no idea what is good or bad. I mean, there are businesses that they say they need to get back at office. How is that possible? I don't even know.
Yeah.
How can you put people that were working and they got used to be working from their home for 3 years or so to get back at office? I don't know.
True.
And then you have companies saying that they're working completely remotely and people don't know each other. I still don't know. I don't know. I know 2 things that, first of all, best approach probably is always be flexible, agile, and adapt.
Yeah.
Especially at smaller businesses, startup businesses that are growing, and every 3 months it is a different reality. You don't have something set in stone. You constantly have to adapt and evolve. And today you might be a team of 5 people working remotely. In 6 months, you might be in 3 countries with a team of 30 people and different offices. It depends. So you need to adapt. So this is one thing for sure. And the second thing that I see is that I really get that people today need a bit more time for themselves and their families.
Yeah.
Okay. I see some countries being more relaxed, let's say so, in specific days. And they, for example, Friday, they switch off at 1 p.m., even 12. I see that this is something helpful. So right now with my team, we are doing our weekly, let's say, stand-up every Friday, 1 p.m. And we are meeting together to exchange progress, first of all. But this is not why we really meet. I mean, we meet to have a coffee together, do some cigarettes together. I don't smoke, but they do. And I like that kind of, meeting up together. And maybe we're going to get back to work. Probably we're getting back to work, but mostly on the things that we want to work and complete and close the week. The important part is that we meet together to close a good week. Yeah. Accepting the difficulties, the challenges, our achievements, our rewards.
It's important.
We like doing that right now.
Well, you cherish both the ups and downs. You cherish the achievements, you discuss the challenges. I think that's a very important concept. If you work very technically or whatsoever during the week, right, we want to also exchange what has happened. For a team, it's very, very important. Do you work in iterations?
Especially for technically
Yes.
people, Patrick.
Yeah.
I see always that people at IT, technology, product management, design, maybe, they are working on stuff, but most probably they are not getting the reward of what they're doing. They don't get immediate feedback of their work. When they deliver or on other milestones. And these can be very, very stressful.
Yeah.
I was mostly doing sales on our previous business. So it was
you got a feedback.
Very easy for me because I was going to potential partner. I was speaking with him. I was closing a deal and I was going to get back at home very, very happy.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you're working about a new product, a new technology integration, you're delivering, and you don't get to see where this is applied at. What is the feedback? When am I going to see some tangible results? It can be very stressful.
Yeah. Can be demotivating for the people.
So, very, very demotivating.
Yeah.
So you need experience and you need to be mindful about it, and you need to regulate all this kind of thing and how you're working. There are techniques around this topic, but you need to manage that kind of way of things.
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah, especially in the IT, if you're programming or delivering some technical solutions or whatsoever, you don't get that immediate feedback. We had the problem constantly because biggest part of our teams were very technical, developers, solution architects, whatsoever, and we had the same problem. So we organized very strongly in an agile way, like in Scrum, because then you had the plannings, the retrospectives, and the reviews, and whatsoever, and then you shared your piece of work, right? Your basically you showed your piece of code or maybe a proof of concept for a solution. So we gave them, or the customer gave them, feedback, and as you said, you need to have some kind of reward or feedback on what you are doing. If you're doing that for months, nobody's giving a damn, like it can be super demotivating.
Agile methodologies and being organized through Scrum, I'm not any kind of knowledgeable about the techniques. I'm just using what I know through my collaborations with our developers and the team, but are very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a good story right now with my co-founder Dakis at Exite. We started working at Exite, and the first month we were like, war mode. Let's build this, and this, and this, and this, and it was okay. But I was feeling a lot like lost.
Yeah.
What are we doing now? When it is going to be delivered? How it is going to be delivered? So there was a lot of stress on this. So for sure, we're organized through Jira, for example.
Perfect.
With the Scrum model, and the last weeks we were more deliberate on the methodologies and how we're using it, and everything is very, very different, both for me and Zaki is my co-founder. It is much more productive than previously.
Yeah. Very interesting. I share the same experience. Like, I'm a big fan of Scrum, or also Kanban. We had like a combination of Scrumban, we called it like that. But I think it's these days very important, because if you're building digital product software, it's very hard to say we're ready in December 2025. There's so many challenges coming up. So you need to set milestone for milestone, adapt to the situation, to the challenges that's coming. And again, being flexible, being adaptive to the growing technology, right? And to the needs of the customers as well. It's ever changing, because if in an ideal world, you have all the requirements, right? What the customer wants, what you want, but you never have it. Like it's literally not existing. You have a certain amount of maybe a catalog or whatsoever, but then again, especially in software, and that's what I tell my clients also every time. Customers are not able to define their requirements to a full extent, because simply if that piece of software that it's not existing, how to define what I really want from a business perspective? Yes, you can, but it goes hand in hand with the technology. So you need to be a little bit more flexible in terms of how do you deliver a product, taking in the requirements, reshaping, defining, understanding requirements, managing it with the delivery team, with the programmers and everything. So it's a very complex world we are dealing with, and flexibility and adaptiveness is necessary. Yeah, agility.
Again, this is one topic that we should have been taught at school.
Yes.
Right now, they should be teaching at school agile methodologies. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a clue about it. I'm just working in a way that we have some best practices to collaborate with my partners, but I mean, these are fundamental things we should know right now. I should take a note and go learn some kind of methodology as we speak. It's good to remind me that. So that's one thing, and the other thing is that you said we're living at a very complex world, and this is very true, especially I was speaking with a cousin of mine. She's an architect. And I was discussing about her job and how she's working. And I was amazed. She was telling me that, my industry is very, very slow. She said to me, she's working for very big organizations globally. She's not in Cyprus or something like that, and not even in Greece. And I was amazed. He was explaining to me that things are very, very slow for architecture.
I can imagine. Yeah.
She said to me, nothing really changed the last 10 years.
Yeah.
She's a young mother right now. She's like a year off with her baby.
Yeah.
And she was just explaining to me, when I get back to work, everything is going to be the same.
It's unimaginable.
It was amazing for me. Yeah. I could not imagine
a
job or something that I'm getting back for a year or so, and nothing really changed, and then can be as productive.
That's unimaginable.
In our business, in our industry,
1 year.
You cannot stay behind.
No, you're out.
You cannot stay behind. Maybe. You need to be really serious about some fundamental aspects. Sales and how you're closing deals is not going to change.
Not that much, no.
Okay? The fundamentals of technology and how you build up a system or a business, it is not going to change. We need to realize in our days we have so many SaaS for everything.
Yeah.
It's like for everything you want to do, there is a SaaS.
Yeah.
We need to realize this is kind of industrialized right now.
Yeah.
So many startups, so many funding, pursuing the next unicorn status or IPO status. But if there is a software as a service or everything you want to do, it doesn't mean this is what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a message yesterday from a good friend of mine. She started a new business. And she was asking me about what kind of CRM software should I use to set up my leads and reach out to them through automated messages and calls and things like that. And I replied to her, I assume that maximum, because of your nature of your business, you're going to have like 200 leads max. Just use an Excel sheet.
Yeah, for 200
An
leads.
online
Yes.
Excel sheet.
Yeah.
We shouldn't overcomplicate things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's also what I
Right
think.
now,
Yeah.
for my new business Exite, I don't have a sales management tool
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
In purpose.
Yeah. Because what I see also with a lot of clients, exactly that point, they do not want to face the actual challenge is setting up the actual process, like doing lead generation, doing sales. They rather spend implementing a CRM because that's easier. So the thought process
And it's rewarding as well.
exactly, because you've implemented it. But then you're it's like a smoke screen. You have not even touched the actual problem, the actual challenge. But then you have a kick-ass system, which is not going to work because the process is not defined. So I agree also what I say. I like when I work with clients who are more like at the beginner stage, no systems. Here's a spreadsheet. I deliver the templates. You put in the leads here, your sales, your ads or whatsoever, your financial reporting. If you're more advanced, you have more leads that you can manage in an Excel. Well, we can implement in a CRM. It's no problem. But push that behind. I completely agree. And I think a lot of businesses, they rather focus on these kind of busy work. I like to call it, it's busy work, but it's not productive work. Implementing a new system, launching a new website. I see that a lot of I think I'm gonna launch a new website the next 6 months. Yeah, perfect. Like that's gonna work, get more customers just because you launch a website? No, it's not going to work. So is there not a concept? So people or businesses like to spend more on the busy work because, as you say, it's rewarding, right hand. Like first off, it's rewarding.
For me, speaking to customers in iterations,
Yeah.
it's the absolutely rewarding and useful, valuable thing someone can do, maybe in any kind of business.
Yeah. Talking to customers, you get direct feedback. Right? Direct feedback.
You get feedback, you get deals, you get revenue, you get everything. What kind of process? I mean, you're talking about beginners and you're trying to set up a process, and I'm going to get back to you and say, what process?
Yeah.
How can you know the process?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. And again, we have a solution and a process specified for everything right now.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is selling like 200 or 300 euros packages per month just to increase your... These are good things. If you're just starting up, how can you pay 300 euros per month for something you don't yet know?
Yeah.
Just speak to 3 people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go out there, call them.
Yeah.
We are looking about automating emails and calls and AI messaging and things like that. What?
Yeah.
I mean, just speak to people, write a message.
Exactly. Completely agree. It's what we do, especially at the beginner stage. Learn to call people, learn to call customers, learn to message customers, use the basic platforms, the basic system. Don't overcomplicate behind like kick-ass processes or systems. First the homework, basics, and then you can build on that, right? So
if you have a strong support system around you with people that are guiding you and helping you and give you some good ideas of things that, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that you should be mindful and taking into account scalability.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But just taking into account, you don't need to work about being scalable from day zero.
Exactly.
If you have a good support system, someone that's going to tell you, don't do this, because it is going to be difficult to reverse, doing the opposite. If you don't have such problems, just keep growing. Yeah. When it's time, you need to scale a solution, a software, a process, just do it.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people or businesses think about, as you say, scalability from day zero. Nothing to worry. First develop. First do the basics, do the homework, learn to walk. Once you learn to walk, if you're growing, you can adapt.
First of all, go out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go out there and just talk.
Yeah. Talking. Do you think that's these days an issue? Like with maybe also younger generation again? Like that maybe the avoidance to talk to people, to call people? Because I see that in the IT niche, that's an issue. Like I see that with potential clients that I speak, like sales is something negative. I spoke about this point in the previous podcast as well, but really like talking to people, because at the end you're selling services or products. At some point you need to talk. They rather spend, as you said, automating AI, investing in these kind of things instead of simply calling.
In 10 years from now, maybe AI is going to be more efficient in sales than humans. So we still have some time. Some time. But my point is that you're very correct, Patrick. I can share a personal story on that.
Please.
So I remember at some point I was like 22 years old. I was looking for a job. I was speaking with an IT project management company. They wanted to hire me. All my degrees were relevant about project management, technology, things like that. So I was there and said to them, I can do everything that we are asking. I am not doing sales.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I am not doing sales. Yeah. Okay, and obviously they did not hire me.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
The fact that I didn't want to do sales and I didn't like it was because it had such a negative connotation.
Yes.
There are specific industries out there that we correlate with sales reps and salespeople.
Yeah.
I can name a few of them, but probably I won't.
Yeah.
And this is very, very damaging.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is the same for all the countries out there in the world, but at least for Greece and Cyprus.
Same in Germany, same in DACH, same in Europe. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So why this is happening? Because we are correlating the role of a sales rep with someone that is coming there to steal value from me, to get my money.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping it as a point here to continue the story. So we started working with Argyris and George at Your Service. We were building our product, and then at some point, I was doing operations by then. I was managing all the operations of the platform. And at some point, we launched our new, let's call it Pro version. It was a subscription of 20 euros per month for a professional technician, plumber, DJ, things like that, to have some advanced feature on his profile and his account. And then someone needed to go out there and actually tell to those people, give me 20 euros per month to get some extra features.
Yeah.
And the only relevant person in the team was me. So I did it by, let's call it, there wasn't any other person that could do it at this point in time. So I went out there. I spoke to like 50, 60 people in 1 or 2 weeks, something like that. And then I understood that sales is what I love doing.
Yeah, interesting.
Sales is what I love doing.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing sales.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a fine line. You need to understand why you're doing sales. You need to understand that your role is go out there and help someone increase his revenue, grow his business.
Yes.
You need to understand that you need to believe on your product.
Yeah.
I was always telling, and I trained a lot of people in our company doing sales and things like that. I mean, I had some workshops, things like that. If you don't believe on your product, don't go out there to sell it.
Yeah.
Get back to the whiteboard,
Yeah.
refine it, do something different, pivot. You can't go out there telling lies. You can't go out there selling something that you don't believe on its value. Personally, I like to follow also the approach of under promise and over deliver.
That's a good one. Yeah.
This is very helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, and the way we always as well structured our packages as well, both at your service and on FOODY. I mean, we were selling subscriptions and business models that mostly our partners were getting much more value than we were getting back. Okay, so believe on that.
Yeah.
You have to go out there. If you're a young person, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Very, very easy. Salesperson don't need some kind of specific degree or know-how. This is soft skills.
Yeah.
You can learn and be productive from 18 years old.
Yeah. I think everybody should go through sales. Definitely. Yeah. Because it's, as you just described on your journey, it again gives you different perspectives. You need to be in that position when, you know, the door shut in front of your face by a customer. You need to understand that you want to help customers. That's what you said. Helping customers increase revenue, grow the business. I think that's the definition. The perspective on sales is, as you say, maybe because of some industries or whatsoever, has a negative feeling behind sales. But at the end, sales is a win-win situation, or whoever is in there, win-win-win situation. You want to help a customer solve a problem, increase something, revenue, team, or whatsoever. You help yourself because you're doing sales, you're delivering a service or a product that helps someone else, maybe some other partners. And that's also the concept that I like to teach is, you know, distance yourself from this negative feeling about sales, because in the industry that I'm in, especially in the IT consulting, there's a very, very negative feeling about sales. And I know why it is. So I'm trying to solve that. I like the journey that you were just describing, because everybody needs to go through that, in my opinion, needs to do some sales. Doesn't mean you need to stick to sales your whole life, but if you have a business, if you have a service, a product, you need to understand how to talk to your customers. Who are your customers? How do you find them? How do you talk to them? How can you help them? The end, it's a business, so you need to deliver your service or product to a certain amount of people or businesses. Same process.
And something that it's not relevant to age, but it's universal for all ages. I mean, I'm speaking a lot with startup founders that are having the impression that they're building something, mostly technology-oriented people, and they're having the impression that they're going to hire a head of sales or a good sales rep, and he's going to sell their product. This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
This is not going to happen. If you're starting a business, you need to go out there and sell it by yourself.
100%.
The founder or the co-founder.
Yeah.
Because when the product, the business is at infantship level, you are the only one
who knows it,
that you can take decisions on the spot.
Yeah.
That you can be flexible.
Yeah.
That you can be agile. You have that kind of absolute drive to create growth for your company, the product and the team. And most importantly, you are the only one that you have the opportunity, you have the ability to understand opportunities out there.
Yeah.
You might go to sell a software somewhere, okay? And you're listening to needs. And you understand all of a sudden that, what I'm trying to sell,
Not gonna.
he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
But my team can deliver absolutely this exact thing
Yeah.
that these people is wanting
Yeah.
at 10x the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
a head of sales
Well,
is not gonna do that.
No.
He's not having that kind of product understanding.
Yeah.
The only thing that is caring is a lead list,
Yeah.
result,
Yeah.
a sales funnel,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Not to be misunderstood, this is very valuable.
Yeah.
But for a startup company,
Yeah.
I mean, with a product that is not well defined,
Yeah.
with all the markets and opportunities out there, the founder needs to go out there.
100%. 100%. Do you like back in Foodie, for example? Did you have a head of sales at the end?
Later on.
Yeah.
yes.
Like, how long did it take to establish that? Because in my previous business, I would say the biggest challenge of all was establishing a sales department.
First of all, it still is, and it was quite difficult, and especially in the local market, there is not a good talent in terms of sales, especially in Greece. It is the opposite. I mean, there is good people doing sales and things like that. So also, it was kind of a disadvantage for the company because I was working as a previous, let's call it, head of sales.
Yeah.
I was doing that kind of part. So I was very, very, let's call it, demanding, and I was stepping in on every detail that was going on. I was still having all kind of relationship with the key partners and smaller partners. I was something that was something that I liked. But we did manage to find the right people and build a team around it and progress with it. I'm not sure Foodie or an online delivery company in general is a good example because things were crazy the last years. Let's not forget that we grew up like 3 times in terms of personnel. During the pandemic, so it's a whole different story. It's not like you need to do sales, you need to support all this with operations as well, you need to deliver. It is very, very difficult. We did our best to manage, right?
Yeah. That's, again, so true. If it's it needs to be balanced, right? If you do a lot of sales and it's working, then the delivery process, the operation, the support, all that also needs to follow, right? So it's a circle of life in a business. Super interesting. How like when you talk about Foodie, like how like the pandemic obviously enabled more growth for Foodie. How big was the team at the end when you left?
150 full-time employees, plus the full-time employees in our supermarkets, plus some all the fleet.
Yeah. That's a lot.
So it was quite big for a digital company in Cyprus, quite sizable. Before I left, we did a major plan restructuring a lot of departments, getting closer to the organization and the rest of the group. So we're trying to implement a lot of functions to other countries and get support from other countries to achieve efficiencies. And that is very valuable because, the talent you can find in the country sometimes can be very, very limited.
Yes.
For example, a call center department can be very, very challenging because there are not a lot of people in the country that are willing to work, for example, night shifts or after 12 a.m. in the morning, but we still need those people.
Exactly.
While there are other countries, Greece, for example, that it is very, very bigger population, first of all, and they can work for the same thing and deliver the same thing for an order that is being placed in the country, in Cyprus.
Yeah.
So we did a major plan, restructuring a lot of functions, making the company more efficient. So yeah, we've built Foodie, let's call it, I will call it like a dinosaur. Very, very big company. And then there was a point that we needed to make it more lean, more efficient, flexible, and being able to plug and play all the good things from other countries as well, taking all the advantage from the group.
Yeah.
Delivery Hero is a fantastic group.
Yeah. How big is Delivery Hero, like, in terms of, they have huge? Yeah. Is it an American?
German.
It's a German, yeah? Who's part of it? Like other companies?
German. It's in German stock exchange.
Yeah.
I believe that right now it's the third biggest group worldwide. I mean, probably the first is the Chinese one.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the American
Yeah.
one. Then it's Delivery
Really?
Hero. Yeah, it's huge.
Wow. Crazy.
75 plus. Not to be misunderstood, I'm not following all the news and things like
it's just
that.
what you know.
So it's just what I remember from all those years. It's been a long time. But 75 plus countries, it's like right now 10 or 20 different brands around the world. It's like 7 or 8 major technology platforms around the world.
Yeah.
So it's like Talabat in MENA region.
Yeah.
It's like Food Panda in Asia, Glovo in Europe.
Yeah.
It's again Food Panda with some or Foodora with some brands in
Foodora.
in Europe.
I think also pizza
Economoue
places,
in
right?
Greece.
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah.
It was like 22,000 employees worldwide.
Wow.
Something like that.
Big size. How did they approach
Fantastic
you?
culture.
Yeah.
I really loved working with Delivery Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was one of the biggest schools and experiences I had in my life.
How long did you work with them? Like 4
4
years?
years.
4 years?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's
For a
a lot.
co-founder. I
Yeah.
mean,
Usually a year or two. Yeah.
yeah.
A year or two if you get acquired. How did they approach you with Foodie? Did you have other alternatives like how did that work? Super interesting.
That's a very good question. I mean, there is not a straightforward answer about it, and so if I was going to advise other startups and companies that are in a similar situation, so before the acquisition, we were already very, very mature company, very, very profitable, very, very healthy, sizable. So it was not like we were crazy about being acquired by bigger organization. But if a good opportunity was there, we would explode.
Yeah.
So the answer was that we found way to, let's call it, start a flirting relationship with them.
Yeah.
If you want, my advice to other founders is that if you would like to explore a potential transaction acquisition, you can't go out there and say, I want to sell.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to compromise a lot of in the transaction, monetary speaking, and control speaking. So you need to find ways to get on the radar of potential acquirers.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to put your business on the map.
Yeah.
You need to get some exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, so get some connections and things like that. So there was a situation like this that we got closer to the organization. They learned about us. They wanted to know about our numbers.
Yeah.
So that was kind of when the process started. Everything was super smooth and just went through.
Were you prepared?
At the same.
like in terms of a due diligence and
We
stuff?
were not prepared
Yeah.
about this,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it was like we were always prepared.
Okay. Yeah.
The way we
Yeah.
the way we built all our businesses, at your service, foodie and things like that, it was everything super clean and healthy financially, people, or hirings, or financials. Everything was already super clean. I mean,
Yeah.
and it was just a matter of time to set up the deal rooms and exchange the proper data and collaborate with the group
Yeah.
to realize that transaction. And definitely when you're in the middle of transaction, I mean, it doesn't mean that you're selling something and you're going off. So the process of realizing a transaction is also a good indicator of what is going to follow on after that.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the same time, there was a lot of interest from other acquirers as well. I mean, other companies and group. Some of them more, I mean, not that serious. Some of them very, very serious. An anecdote fact is that there was an offer that was larger than the one that we accepted, definitely. But it was a great incentive for us to work with Delivery Hero Group, because we understood, we were perceiving that it was going to be the best learning experience for us, and the team as well. So it was not only the monetary aspect of the deal, but it was what is the best future for what we've built.
That's true.
And the team around it. Okay, and it was a good result. It was a good result. Before that, it was like we're some crazy people in the country, in the island. We wanted to learn about sales. I was watching some YouTube videos, getting out there, doing thousands of mistakes, learning everything by myself. No one else here to help me, because no one else have built in such a successful way what we've built so far. Okay, by then, we want to learn marketing. We needed to spend like 100K or 200K to test 5 or 6 different things, see what is the one that is working out there, and invest more and more. So it was the first time that we realized we can be part of a group and exchange ideas and get learnings, get feedback. What are we doing bad? What are we doing good? Things like that. So it was not like in the volume that we imagined it, but for sure we got a lot of learnings.
It's a very important part. It's not just about the monetary aspect, right? The company needs to fit into the group. That's such a important part. I would say the people, you're thinking of the people as well, right? You build up maybe some people over a decade or something like that. So you want a good transition, right? For the company.
It was a good transition. I mean, and by working with Delivery Hero, we managed to make foodie huge. And I also like a lot that it's the team. We are not there right now, the founding team, but the product, the brand is still growing, very healthy, very good. So I love that.
It's a good feeling.
Fantastic group. Fantastic group.
That's a nice feeling. That is true.
But lean based.
That's true. Is it? How long was the process of the acquisition?
Around 6 months.
Like
from 0 to feeds.
Okay. Was it earn out or sell out?
Combination.
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 Like usually. Then you stayed a little. Now it grew even in those years after the sell.
What?
Like the company FOODY grew within Delivery Hero even further.
Definitely.
How big are they now? Do you know?
In terms of what?
In terms of, let's say, people size.
People are not. You cannot judge the size of the company by people. FOODY is very sizable, even as a team. But this is not what matters, because especially today, I mean, the you need always to find ways to deliver results with fewer people.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm of the philosophy.
Yeah.
This is what we were trying to build, to do all the time, especially today with AI.
Yeah.
It's a disaster if you don't find ways to utilize AI in a way that you can improve efficiencies, that you can improve P&Ls.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about a company, a business. It needs to be profitable, especially as a part of a group that it is a public group. You are reporting, you have some kind of responsibility to the investors, to the markets. You need to find ways to make things better and better and better. So the number of people is not the critical factor for that. I mean, I feel that the last months after I left, and as a part of a restructuring that happened, the personnel amount decreased. That is just an understanding. It's not something I know.
Yeah.
I feel it decreased.
Yeah.
But the output increased. So this is what you always need to do, right?
Yeah, definitely. That would be the next question in terms of revenue output. So that increased after in the 4 years that you left?
I feel it was always increasing.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, the growth rate is not always the same, but it's increasing.
Nice. That's a nice feeling now. Stepping out completely, seeing the brand is still developing under a great tool.
Foodie kept innovating, right?
Yeah.
I mean, apart from responding to the market needs and initiating our own fleet back in 2021, that was it, 2020. But we also, we were the first one to introduce grocery shopping in Cyprus, exactly at the timing of pandemics. So there's an anecdote fact. I feel that at Easter period, around 4 years ago, Easter period 2020, I estimate that like 70% of the Cypriot population ate something from Foodie at the Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
This is huge.
This is huge, yeah.
It created some amazing impact back then. Then we built our own supermarkets. I mean, and our own supermarkets have some kind of amazing technology. Crazy technology. It's amazing how technology that obviously we got from the group, right? So how they see markets and needs and logistics, and they combine all those things together so that a customer is ordering something specific and the process is efficient.
Yeah, super interesting. I think we could dive into that for hours, because I would also be super interested. But we're gonna meet George, right, for lunch, like also in terms of technology and everything. Super interesting. It's like, maybe, is there, like, now looking back, like reflecting a little bit, what do you miss, like, from Foodie? Would you have changed anything? Like, how do you feel like the exit, was it the right decision? Anything else that you would have done different now looking back?
First of all, I would say that it was a complete journey for all our companies. So it was Ideas to Life company. That was the umbrella for all our companies. Then it was At Your Service. That it was one of the most successful projects in Cyprus back then. And Foodie, it was a continuation of this effort, same team, same way of working, same culture and things like that. It was a whole journey that I loved. I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, not in the sense. I mean, I would do a lot of things differently next time, because I'm learning, and it would be naive to say something different. But why would I'm not regretting about anything. We did a good effort with a lot of challenges, a lot of bad results, a lot of good results, but I was there.
It's a great story. It's a great, huge success story, and great to listen. Again, I could dive so much deeper in everything. Like, also in terms of you said like there were other buyers or interested companies, like Delivery Hero from all, like not only the volume, you said you had like higher offers, but the cultural fit, was that like one of the main deciding factors?
Yeah.
That's I think one of the very important points. Um, yeah, super interesting. Super interesting. Yeah. So in terms of lesson learned now from Foodie, now going towards Exite, maybe let's like what's the mission of Exite, and then especially like, because the listeners of course should also know about Exite and what's coming up here, what's the mission, what's the vision, and I'd be interested, what's the learnings you had from Foodie, which you say, I'm not gonna do that again like that, or especially I'm gonna do it because it worked so well.
First of all, let's Excite. Excite is marketplace again for activities and experiences like water sports, booking jet skis, and safari excursions and hiking tours, VIP dining experiences. So simply said, with our previous company, I mean, we kept people at home. Now we want to get him out.
Complete opposite. Yeah.
I was always, let's say, I was a very adventurous person. At least I felt like that. I want to go out with people and things like that. And I have a strong feeling that post-pandemics, people want to go out there and do things and live things.
Yeah.
And our mission at Exite is, first of all, help them discover things to do, and then book them the most convenient way. So we're also working on AI functionalities that, for example, consider that you're going to travel at Barcelona city for a week. So you can go, for example, you will be able to go at Exite. We are still pre-launch, and you can say, I like mountains, I don't like the sea, I like that kind of food. I have €1,000 to spend for a week. So Exite is going to create an itinerary plan for you.
That's so cool.
You can edit it and you can book it at a single batch.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I need.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, I really like, this is so convenient. You have one platform, it does the work for you. Because like me personally, I hate booking that stuff. I just look like flights, hotels. I used to have someone who would do that for me. At some point I thought, I think that's not necessary. But have a platform, like obviously also with AI, which suggests, take this, do this, you like this, super good.
If you have a convenient and easy to use platform, you can do more things out there. Otherwise, most probably you end up doing nothing.
Or the same.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm here now 3 years and I literally do the same tours with my family and friends every year because I got the contacts. I'm too lazy to organize something new. So if I need to do the Akamas tour one more time, something bad will happen. Like, let's put it like this. The same, like, I know I enjoy the rides, but I got the same boat guy here or there, the same quad tours, because it's exactly the problem that you're describing, right? You have to call here, you have to do this. It's effort. It's effort for a lot of people. For me, I'm lazy at that. Maybe also, don't want to invest the time. Have that platform would be super good.
There are 3 target audiences for Excite, which I can share, and I'm going to say to you why. So the first one are the travelers, tourists that are going for a week to a different country. They want to have fun, do things. Definitely we want to go into that.
Of course, makes
audience.
sense.
The other extreme part is the locals, that they are living in a city, they know things, they know how to do things, but maybe we want to help them discover new things that they haven't thought of earlier.
Super good.
And there is a third audience, which is very interesting and fun for me. And this is where we want to invest more, which are the expats.
Yeah.
Especially after the pandemics,
Yeah.
and in countries like Cyprus, Portugal, Spain, such countries. With EXYDE, we're focused on Mediterranean. Okay, this is where we want to build our presence most. But expats, after the pandemics, they get good remote jobs. They're just landing at a new city. They know nothing. They know no one.
Yeah.
And they want to do new things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to provide them with that kind of simple tools to discover the culture, the fun things, the essential things, combining it with activities with other people so they meet other people as well.
Yeah.
So this is we envision to be a very valuable tool for expats as well.
For sure. I think the target audiences that you described, very relevant. I would even say like people like me who are maybe, don't have the time or, like simply want an efficient platform to be able to organize things, super beneficial. Yeah, to get to know new culture or the culture, new activities. I mean, for Cyprus, there is so much to explore. Like this island is so crazy. Every time, like I've been on probably 5 tours the last 2 weeks, like day tours. And again, it amazes me. Like you can drive to Akamas. It's a different world there, right? You can literally get lost if you have a flat tire. I don't know what to do, right? Then I don't know. You go to Prataras. You go to it's so different. And but there's so much I haven't seen. Like I know I haven't seen, so that would be so cool.
And the challenging part is to provide to people very, very authentic and local experiences.
Yeah.
We want to emphasize on local experiences because definitely there are other huge platforms. I can name like Get Your Guide, for example, or TripAdvisor.
Yes.
They are already in the space offering such kind of touristic
mainstream
services. But let me give you an example. Have you ever thought of doing a Freddo Espresso workshop in Cyprus?
No, but I would.
Attending drinking a Freddo Espresso is part of our culture right now.
Definitely.
It's part of who we are in the country. I mean, it's something you can't find in other countries except Greece and Cyprus. So imagine yourself going to a very, very nice place, a coffee bar, and spend 2 hours there understanding the secrets of the brewing and the coffee.
That's super cool.
How you make the best coffee. Do you have a machine on your home? How you can optimize the coffee for that? Because we're drinking like 3 or 4 Freddo Espressos per day.
Yes.
And it's fun.
It's a cultural thing.
And it's fun. So it's not only about Exite offering those kind of mainstream experience like a museum ticket or a boat trip, which I like a lot, and we are having at Exite, right? But also we want to go 1 or 2 steps further than that.
More authentic, like
exactly.
Yeah, like as you say, like coffee is a big cultural thing, which is the coffee here is awesome. I was speaking with Toykan just before the podcast that I also have a Freddo Espresso machine now at home, and now I start to understand like the intensity, the roast. Like I don't like this, I don't like it. Before it was like, hey, it's coffee, I don't care. But now it's like, I don't like this, it's not strong enough. But also like local taverns, like every time, like really local taverns. If you go up to Trodos, you can have amazing meals. People who visit Cyprus, like on a vacation, who don't have someone local who lives here, they would not visit those places. They would go to here, Larnaca, Mackenzie, of course, mainstream. You have cool places to eat, to hang out. But really, the nice stuff is like go in the mountains, eat there, go to wineries in Paphos. I mean, that's the oldest wine on earth, the Commanderia, right? So all these things.
Zivania.
Oh yeah, well
Zivania is amazing.
Yeah, I had bad experience with that.
I can understand, but yeah, still it's part of who we are, right?
Yeah. That's something that should be delivered because it's such it's such a rich history of the island, like going back. It's like super amazing. Again, we just had visitors and we talked about historical stuff. We showed places because I also realize I'm here 3 years now, so I can show and tell people a lot of things, and they've been here the third time, the fourth time, maybe they're here regularly, and we can still show new things. And I don't have a feeling we hit the border. Yes, we do maybe the same boat ride because I know the guy from the boat. We rent the same yacht, but again, take the quad, drive there, go to Akamas, visit the Blue Lagoon, go off-road, explore places. So much to see. So much to see. Go to wineries, as you say. That I think that's a unique experience. Yeah.
And there are so many things that are kind of hidden
Yeah.
as we speak, because the local aspect and the quality of an event or an experience is better if it is more private and more
absolutely.
in close circle. So we can see right now that there are a lot of experience providers that they're organizing very small groups and workshops and tastings and tours and things like that they keep for 10 people.
Yeah, yeah.
For 20 people. So
more exclusive then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is very, very difficult to find them. So this is what we want to exactly provide to our audience.
Yeah.
Just go there and be able to find those things and book them very, very conveniently.
Very cool. That's a great idea. I think, like, I have a cool example that back in Pervolia or in Kitty, there was like a camping provider. We've done that once with a friend. They give you a Jeep, basically with all equipment, and then you drive up to Trodos and they give you the tent. They give you the equipment. So that was a very cool experience. It was very exclusive, as you say. I think nobody really wants to go on these tourist boat tours, 50, 100 people. I mean, it's fun. You can eat and drink, but the exclusivity, I think that's something that makes it interesting, because you can enjoy what you are doing, the ride, the boat ride, maybe the tour through whatever. You can enjoy it a little bit more in an exclusive way.
I would say that everything is very, very good. We want to deliver personalized experiences to people. I mean, for many people love boat trips.
Yeah.
And we do have boat trips at Exite right now. So, but we need to deliver them to the right audience, to the people that value them, they appreciate them, while at the same time we have private.
Yeah.
For example.
Different kind of target audiences.
Yeah. Or we have self-driving.
Yeah.
For example. So our mission is to deliver the right experience to the right people.
Yeah.
In a way that it is authentic.
Yeah.
And makes sense. Yeah. For the world.
Yeah. Makes total sense. And we are talking about target audiences again, because that's one of the key aspects that I talk about with my clients, especially more at the early stage, but even bigger companies, that again, you need to know who your target audience is. Can be one, can be many, can be 1, 2, 3, but you have to have a picture. And I see that a lot with my clients, that picture doesn't exist. It's just like, we have a service, we have a product, we'll try, it will work itself. So I like the idea again here, so visible. You need to know to whom you want to sell what kind of service or package. Right? The target audience is different. Maybe some want more exclusive things, as you say. Maybe then again more in bigger groups. There's so much demand in every kind of an audience.
Possibly, I would challenge a bit what you're saying. 99%, I hear the same story, that you need to define your target audience in advance. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I followed a different approach with Exite. We are not obsessed about defining our audience in advance, in the sense that we're focusing on locals or tourists or expats, or what age group or what nationalities and things like that. So I would like to twist a bit the story, so we have a vague understanding of what our audience is, but then it's up to experimentation.
Yes.
Experimentation, for us at least, it is very, very important. So this is where we are right now with Exite. We're at the pre-launch stage. We're going to soft launch some of our initial experiences in the platform and activities, very, very silently. No bells and whistles, no PR, no big advertising, things like that. The only thing that we're going to do is we're going to deploy a very, very precise marketing plan, UAC plan to be precise. So we're going to try and target different groups, several channels. Can be tourists, can be expats, can be locals, combinations of different experiences, product. So this is how we're going to find out what is our best target audience for the stage our company is right now.
And then validate it.
Exactly.
And don't want to interrupt you. Completely agree. That's also the process that we follow. You have to have a certain picture, an idea to what your target audience is, but then it's the proof of concept. You cannot, you don't know exactly at the beginning. So define, deliver, reflect, validate, improve. It's a continuous process, right? You always adapt to your target audience, and that's it. You cannot know that before, but at least have a picture.
As a marketplace, we start with a disadvantage. I mean, sometimes I wish I was going to build a SaaS product. I mean, it's the third marketplace that I'm working on. But a marketplace is a very, very difficult business model to work with, because it's like you're building two different products. It's like you're having two different sales channels. First of all, it's your suppliers, your partners, and then there are the customers, the users that are buying from your suppliers, and you are in the middle. So it's very different if you're selling a service, a product, software, something like that. My advice would be definitely go ahead through a hardcore sales process directly to the customer. No marketing. To start with. Find your audience by direct sales.
Exactly.
Okay. This is what I would advise. We cannot do that. We cannot go to the airport, for example, and pick up a customer and say, this is Exite. Or maybe we can, but I don't know. I mean, probably we would need to buy a billboard or something like that, or a partnership with the airline, things like that. But it is more difficult.
True.
We have to go to the marketing aspect right now and run some experimentations to see how we're selling through that channels to the users.
That's super interesting. And then you will have a more clear picture on maybe what's the go-to target audience, who needs what. So again, it's a continuous process. You cannot judge that.
Let's not forget that, at least the way me and Dakis, my co-founder, we see Exite. It's not like we have a defined product right now in our hands. We are very innovative people, so we just have a case that we are starting with. We have our product. We're going to get it out and test it and see where we fail, where we're good at. We are going to keep investing what we're good at, where we get the most validation. We're going to get revenue and cash flow in, or maybe investment in the company. So we're going to have more resources to be even more innovative. Maybe we're going to launch other side products or projects as well as part of our ecosystem. So we're not kind of obsessed with a defined product that we need to succeed. We're out there to make it work. We are going to do whatever works is the answer. For the time that we are now, in 6 months, 12 months, etc.
How did you get the idea of Exite?
It was a lot of iterations. I mean, first of all, I was obsessed with the idea of going and work at the dock, at the water sports business.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Then I thought, it was like a way of thinking for me. Why should I work at the water sports business if I can bring him sales online? I mean, through what I know best, digital businesses, marketplace, and things like that. But okay, so it was an evolution of other products and ideas. We were thinking something like an Airbnb for boats. We were thinking something about buying boats and renting them, things like that. But then there was there was a moment that some kind of things came together and made sense. First of all, I did have a very strong feeling that the world around us has changed after the pandemics. I was really living the fact that people want to get out of their homes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And right now, it is not easy for them.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
So it is even more complicated.
Yes.
We usually wake up on a Saturday morning and we don't know what to do. And staying at home with 2 kids, 2 small kids, there are many times it is not the best option. You need somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay? So it was clear in my head that people want to go out first. And then, that's another advice for possible future founders, entrepreneurs. I got back to myself and realized what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Both me and Dakis, my partner. And I realized, we have a lot of experience building local marketplaces.
Definitely.
First, it was at your service. We did quite well. Then it was foodie. It was even more good. So many things out there that are difficult, challenging for other teams, for us are coming very, very natural.
Strength. Rely on your strength.
This is very important, Patrick.
Yeah.
I feel. Being able to understand what you're good at, where you're lagging at, where you can be better, and act accordingly. Yeah.
I think that's if I remember back, must have been around last summer when we met.
Very funny story.
Yeah, that's how did we meet? It was over Facebook, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was on the first days you came in Cyprus, I guess, or at least you're trying to be more extrovert with the local people here.
Yeah.
So you posted a post on Startup Cyprus group.
Yeah.
Which is basically a group in Facebook for as a community for startups.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this guy must be crazy. I mean, he's offering coaching and support and experiences. And I did something that I don't usually do. I got back to you.
Yeah.
I DM'd you.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I realized I had a person behind the screen. We did an online call that he doesn't look crazy or rational and things like that. I mean, you were very, very knowledgeable and to the point what you were doing, what you were talking. So I liked it a lot. We met a lot of times after that.
Yes.
But there is a learning there that I mean, you did the first step to get out to the world and send a message.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm Patrick. This is what I'm doing, and I would love to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay. So more people should do that.
Yeah. It's what I try to teach my mentees, because that's how you build partnerships, build relations, find customers. This is exactly what we do when it comes to also lead generation, use social media and everything. But in that case, it was a good shot. I'm happy that you responded because, as you say, we met a couple of times after for coffee. You visited me back in Pravolia, and we had these talks, right, about especially because you were in this what to do next and everything. I remember we had the talks. It was super interesting because we were in similar situations, I would say, like very, very similar, like did exits, had 10 plus years, like, being on one journey. So you wonder, coming back to the beginning, a little bit, what's the next step? But again, like, rely on your strength. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What brings most benefit to a certain to people, to customers? I think that's what a lot of people need to reflect on. It's like, what am I good at? Like, what other people or businesses benefit from? Because then you have a base to work on. Oh, oh, super interesting. Yeah, man. Now with Exite, it's going to be a very interesting journey. Now in 1.5 months, you have the big launch, as you said, right?
We wanted to launch around a month ago,
Yeah.
month and a half. We're quite back on our schedule. It's still good.
In IT, like in terms of IT, we're actually still before schedule.
We're going to make a soft launch in the next days.
Yeah.
By soft launch, I mean there is nothing super fancy there. Probably it is going to be a very naive website platform, very, very minimum viable product, just some 10 or 20 listings, not more, but with a plan in place to do experimentations, to measure things, to measure our costs, invest more on specific campaigns. So this is the logic behind it.
Super cool. And you're also like at a stage, I remember like a couple of months back, looking for investors and everything. Is that still on?
It depends.
Yeah.
We're not looking actively for investors and fundraising. We're bootstrapping the company so far, and we like it in the sense that this gives us freedom to do a lot of experimentations, innovate. When you get specific funding, especially from institutional investors like a VC, you're more defined on what you're doing, let's say so.
Yeah.
So right now we're not actively looking for an institutional investor. Probably this is something that is going to happen around September, October, and things like that. At the same time, if there was a partner that would like to go into Inside, it would be something that maybe we would be open, in sense that we would look for someone that is can imagine ourselves together with us for the next years.
Yeah.
And the opposite.
Yeah.
But this would be more of a partnership.
Yeah.
It's not like an investment that you got a specific product that's proven. We're not yet proven.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of way to go.
Yeah.
So yes.
What should such a partner bring?
Be crazy enough.
Be crazy enough, yeah.
Yeah. Be willing to innovate enough. We're very innovative. We are exploring a lot of different things and ideas. We're not building a venture studio to define, but we're building Exite while we're understanding that there are a lot of byproducts and side products around this concept. And definitely having the urge to develop a healthy and profitable business.
Sounds manageable.
Yeah.
So whoever is listening, crazy, innovative, here you have Michael. Just hit him up. But I think it's going to be super interesting to see where Exite is going. I will use it. I will surely use it because I need to make some new tours for my guests. They're constantly coming. We're like an Airbnb throughout the summer from April to October. Every month we have friends and family here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So I have to keep innovating too. And it's not getting easier because we have a baby coming and everything. And also got a business to manage, but I would love to have that platform running.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
Definitely. So I told you 2 hours is not a problem. Look at it is already 2 hours. And I think slowly, running down. But is there anything on your mind that you still want to point out, discuss? Didn't we cover anything? Like, do we miss out on anything about Exite, FOODY, about Michael in person? What else?
I think we covered everything. I mean, it was very fun on my end as well. I would say to anyone that is listening to us, have fun, keep doing things.
Yeah, I think that's one question I wanted to ask. Is like, I assume we have different kind of listeners here. It's like we have people who are entrepreneurs, maybe people who are freelancers, maybe people who want to be entrepreneurs. Is there any kind of, you gave a lot of advice, but maybe what's the biggest or the strongest advice that you would give someone who wants to start out or struggling or doubting if that's the right idea? Like, what comes to your mind if you'd answer that question? It's a tough question, actually.
It's a very tough question, but I mean, there is something. The most successful entrepreneurs I know from the country were doing something very, very specific. So a lot of people, like hundreds of people, got in contact with us throughout all these years and oh, what you're doing is amazing. I want to do a business and I will need your support and you can help me, things like that. Me, Argyris, George, Zakis now. I mean, we're always cool. I mean, send me a message, book me on my calendar, whatever you need.
Yeah.
We're there to help.
Yeah.
So it is amazing how few people did that extra step to get in touch with us.
Yeah.
So there was a common characteristic with the very successful entrepreneurs. I mean,
make that stuff.
It's like 2 or 3 of them through among all those hundreds. There were some people that were like, I want to do this. I will do it like that. What do you think? Email, reply. And then the next day, again, okay, let's book a call. I want to know more about it. 2 or 3 people. Those people are very, very successful entrepreneurs right now. Amazing. So that's a common characteristic. Don't be afraid.
Yes.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
To reach out to someone.
Yeah.
Nothing bad is going to happen.
Nothing bad is going to happen.
And the way I see it, it is a responsibility from me and Patrick as well to transfer knowledge to other people as well.
100%. Yeah.
Whether this is through a simple coffee, whether this is through a coaching session or mentoring session, whether this is through a partnership, but at some points in our life, we got help back, or we would wish we got help. Yeah. So it is our responsibility to exchange some ideas with other people. I mean, and support other people.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, we are in the good situation to make incredible experiences, a lot of expertise in certain fields, and I think it's our responsibility. I agree to give that knowledge. It's literally the reason why I started the whole McGibney mentoring business, just to give back. Because I always remember starting a business, how many times you fell down. I mean, how many times you were struggling, like really struggling. And I mean, the people who are doing it can probably relate. There are times that are dark. The highs are high, the lows are even lower. And my motivation behind it is maybe not everyone who is going a very similar path needs to do the same mistakes. Why need to burn money, need to burn energy, need to burn time here? Maybe they can elevate a little bit quicker or better. And I think, I agree. That's something that can be beneficial, I hope, to a lot of people. And definitely, completely agree. I think what you said about this characteristic, it's super interesting about, like successful people. They don't avoid, maybe confrontation is not the right word, contact. They don't avoid going out there to discuss things. And it's true, it's super rare. A lot of people talk about it, but almost no one is doing it.
It's very weird.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, why? It's
Very
like
weird.
thinking about it is already such a big deal. Like in terms of effort, you put time into that. Why not make the final step? Afraid of failure, probably, but there's very few. I agree, and but that's the differentiation, doing it, and I think even the next differentiation factor of successful people, being consistent of what you are doing, because do that for a month, do that for 6 months, do that for a year. A lot of people can do it if they make the same step. Do that for 5 years, do that for 10 years, do that for 15 years. A little bit different story. Being consistent over very difficult times, going through tough times, that really shapes you. If you can survive those times after a certain period of time, nothing can shock you anymore. It's like you can walk through, and I think that is a main differentiating factor. Having the guts to actually believe in the idea that you have. And I'm not saying being blind, I want to, build a spaceship like Elon Musk. Okay, he did it. He's a crazy dude. But believe in your idea, talk to the right people, get some experience, because most likely we're not reinventing the wheel most times. And then be consistent. Don't give up if you have one failure. Maybe, it's 100% going to happen, but be consistent on that. And if you're consistent, at some point, if you do something repetitively, you will get very good at it, because you will learn from the mistakes, you adapt, you improve. I think that's one of the differentiating factors. If we talk about successful entrepreneurs, again, biggest example, like Elon Musk, how many times did he literally almost bankrupt his companies? And now, I don't even know how many world-leading companies he has, but I don't know how he does it. But crazy dude, and he's very consistent. He's super addicted to dopamine, what you said at the beginning, because he cannot step down, but it's just an example.
That's another aspect. Someone needs to know you need to know yourself before you're doing anything.
Yeah.
That was the best advice I got the last years. I was asking someone, how do you do strategy? How do you survive all the challenges? And the best answer I got was, you need to know yourself first. That's a process.
Yeah.
It's not something that happens and not, it is a process.
Yeah.
If you know yourself, you are capable of doing a lot of things.
True. Getting to know yourself is a difficult process, as we said at the beginning. Yeah. Something that needs time. Very interesting. Maybe last question. If you draw your picture for the next 1, 2, 3 years, personally with Exite, whatsoever, like how would you describe, like where do you want to head in the next couple of years? Or just simply let's see what happens.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Definitely there is a drive that I want to share. The reason we are building marketplaces, whether that is our previous businesses or whether that is Exite, because there is a strong feeling that you can do something better for the people around you. Yeah. For example, someone wants to do an activity, an experience. He wants to discover new things. There is a better way to do it.
Yeah.
This is the main drive that is bringing us towards putting such a lot of effort towards building Exite for Cyprus.
Yeah.
And we also have a strong feeling that this is something we can get in other countries as well, like the Mediterranean. Fantastic climate here, definitely. Fantastic opportunities, fantastic life. So we want to get this outside. Other than that, I don't rush, Patrick.
Yeah.
I like to see the targets I have ahead of me for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Can I put our suppliers to be working, achieve our marketing plan without targeting audience, my team being good, okay? But I'm living that journey as it comes.
Live in the moment.
As it comes. Yeah. And this is very, very important.
Yeah. True. Live in the moment, enjoy what we are doing. Because, coming back to at the very beginning of the podcast, kind of forget what's happening around you if you're just stuck in that mission or in that path. So yeah, live in the moment. I think that's a very nice way to put it. Yeah, for myself, I also like helping people, what we said, but I also see like building a community, especially for the people that we serve, that we help, mentor. I see there's a big potential of creating a big community where people, entrepreneurs, can help each other, especially in the field that we are operating in the Microsoft Dynamics area, also in SAP or whatsoever. So I see there's a big chance of helping because everybody's going the same path over and over again, the same challenges. So it's not only the people, the businesses or the entrepreneurs behind, they can learn from each other. And that's something that I'm trying to create. I have this magic number helping 1,000 people or businesses. So let's see if I can make it. Still a couple ahead, but yeah, that's where I want to go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So you're gonna achieve it. Thank
Let's
you,
see.
Patrick.
Michael, it was
me.
a pleasure. It was super interesting podcast. I really enjoyed it. I could keep on asking more questions, but I think we're getting hungry and we don't want to torture more people. Like 2 hours and 15 minutes approximately is a good time.
Wow.
Yeah. Told you it's gonna go fast. So maybe concluding the podcast, if you guys who are listening want to know more about Exite, want to know more about Michael, all the links for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, the website from Exite is going to be put into the description to a job. So if you want to explore Cyprus and go on some awesome tours, or simply want to get in touch with Michael, I will have that edited into the description of the video on YouTube and all platforms. Of course, if you want to, get in touch for some mentoring, especially in IT consulting, hit us up here at McGibney Mentoring and Coaching. We're there to help. But for now, I think this was a super, super good podcast, especially for Cyprus viewers, listeners. And again, Michael, thank you for being on my podcast. Now it's time for lunch.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.